Hello, beautiful stars. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am Astar and welcome to Sourcelight Star. So, in this video, we are going to be channeling messages from your Akashic records. And I allow Spirit to channel through me, and we're going to be seeing what wants to come through in regards of maybe your past lifetimes, maybe even your future, who knows. So we are really keeping it open and allowing Spirit to channel through me. So what messages, what guidance is there from the Akashic records for us today? And if you found this video or this video found you, trust that there is a message for you to hear today. Any message, any guidance? Let's see. We have the storm, and we need another card to clarify this. What do we need to know about the storm? Oh, beautiful. Okay. The message kind of completes itself. Ooh. Okay, back of the deck we have the Judge. So the first thing I'm hearing actually with the Maiden is that right now there is this energy of a new beginning. So with the Maiden, the most important thing here is it's really talking about the birthing portal. So this is really strongly taking me also to the archetype of Pisces. So Pisces is actually the Vesica Pisces, so the creative portal, the portal of the Divine Feminine that allows creation to be birthed into creation. So the Vesica Pisces, or the fish, or the female portal, is basically the portal which allows the material to be translated into the spiritual, and the spiritual to be translated into the physical. So it's basically the door between the realms. And that's why the archetype of Pisces is also talking about everything that is dreamy, everything that has to do with connecting with our dreams, connecting with the invisible. It is also not only that, like not only from the material to the dreams or to the spiritual, but also the other way around, like from the ideas, from our dreams or our intuitive nudges into something tangible, into something physical. And since the first card that we have is the storm is really talking about this chaos that is necessary for anything to be created. Because literally this is taking me back to the story of creation. So in Egyptian mythology and in all the other mythologies of the earth, we start with the chaos void or the chaos ocean. And the chaos ocean, this is actually the potential for everything, which however is not yet created. So this chaos is like this soup of potentiality, this soup of it's energy which has not yet been birthed. So it's unmanifested potential of energy. And this is this chaos, this storm. It is really like this black void, but then little sparks of potential, little sparks of, it's really an undescribable thing. It's almost that out of nothingness, little sparks appear that then disappear into nothingness again. Like this is the energetic pulse or the what happens in the great void basically, even though it's like from our perspective or it's dark matter, like it's completely unexplainable from our perspective. So this chaos or this void is necessary so that out of this chaos, of disorder, a new order can take shape. And the portal of the Maiden or the portal of Pisces or the Vesica Pisces, the two circles coming together, is then what allows creation to be birthed, is then what allows order to be created from the chaos. And what this is really letting me know is basically that we need a form of chaos in our life in order for there to be a new order. Or we also need to be in the darkness of the womb before we can be birthed as a human. And there is also a certain time that is involved with that. So for example, for a baby to come out of the female portal, the baby needs to stay in the darkness of the womb for 9 months. And that's the same with, for example, birthing our spiritual self, or birthing a new aspect of ourselves, or birthing anything new. Like with the maiden, it can be anything new that is being birthed in your life. There is a message of understanding the importance of the chaos before the new order, but also honoring the time necessary that we are in the darkness of the unknown, in the darkness of the chaos, before a new pattern can emerge. It's a new beginning, but on many, many levels, because we also have the rose here. So with the rose, it's always talking about something that is multifaceted, multi-layered. So it's not only one thing that is changing. I'm really being made to feel that there is a huge thing that is changing. And now, looking at this card, immediately I make the connection with chess. And only just recently I researched about the occult meaning of chess. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's so much deeper than we might think. Chess actually originates from Atlantis, and it's called the royal game. And it is really talking about like spiritual enlightenment. And specifically, before going into that, I want to know how chess, or the occult meaning of chess, relates to this new beginning. I kind of feel like we need some more cards to complete the message. So we're channeling messages from your Akashic records, anything we need to know about your past, your present, or your future. What messages are there for us today? Let's see these two. Back of the deck we have the Empress, so beautiful, definitely something new is coming, a new birth, and right now you might be in the pregnancy period. So you might be pregnant with a new idea, maybe some of you literally a baby, or the message coming through here, since you are in the pregnancy, it's about to be birthed, because a pregnancy doesn't last forever, like the baby's already there, the idea is already there, or this new chapter or this new beginning, it is already inside the womb, it is already there, ready on the other side of the veil. And with this Pisces portal, with this female portal, this opening, it is being birthed into the material. And again, since you're pregnant, like it's immediate. That's what I want to say. It won't take long for this new thing to come, whatever it is for you. And let's see what else we have. 5 of Pentacles, Taurus energy twice. So we have the bull here. We have another bull here. So a lot of Taurus energy. This is talking about the material realm again. Also talking about providing like resources. I'm also strongly being taken to the solar plexus with this yellow color. So some of you are definitely also manifesting like the healing of your solar plexus, which is more confidence, more ambition, more willpower that you need in order to bring certain things in the physical. So with all this Taurus energy, like the the Prince of Spheres, and here with this bull symbolism, like Taurus, also, yeah, it's this energy of providing resources, or like being able to provide for your family, being able to provide for the community. For example, you have been working on being more confident in showing yourself, so that you could, for example, start sharing your wisdom with your community. Or you literally are now in the process of gaining the inner strength necessary for you to be able to be a mother and have a family. Like there is something about raising, oh beautiful, and the next card we have is the Sun. So you're literally charging your life force energy, your sense of confidence and ambition and strength, like your strength is increasing, also your stamina, your willpower that you need in this new chapter. Like literally I'm seeing a sun that is like a little bit dim, and it's like woo, and it's like woo. The vibration is raising, it's getting like stronger, your light is getting stronger, and also your voice is getting stronger, like the way you command energy, the way you speak things into creation, and the way you just present yourself to the world. And I'm also being told that it's much less about the striving and the struggling. It's much less about like actually putting in a lot of willpower per se, putting in a lot of effort, but it's more so about actually with the south node here, this energy of being receptive, like this energy of the, how do you say, the horse shoe, no, how is it called, the thing that you put under the horse's feet, like it's a symbol of luck, because it represents the cauldron, it represents the Holy Grail, like the vessel that is being filled with this life force energy, like with this sun coming back. Like you are definitely getting out of a period of stagnancy, of maybe resting, and you are entering a period where things are going to be much more active. Like I'm really now strongly seeing this sun energy. And again, like if you are pregnant, then you might need to have a lot of time to rest. Like you need to take it slow so that you're not, there is no stress hormones. And then, for example, if you're growing spiritually, you might go through a purge. So it's like more introspective, like it's more this, there is something about like being in the darkness and honoring that darkness, that stagnancy. But then again, knowing that now, once the baby is born, you will have to be active. Like you will have to then provide for the children. And if it's a project, you will have to show up for the project or show up for whatever it is that is coming. But definitely with this strong Taurus energy and also this fiery energy, it's definitely time to move forward in this new chapter. And I'm still not finding the connection with the chess, but undoubtedly this is talking about that. So we definitely need a few more cards to complete the message. I'm very curious to see how that completes the message. Okay, flow. Just so that you know, flow. What else? One more card. There we go. And maybe this one. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, beautiful. And then we have resolution. So definitely resolution. This is talking about, again, this cycle ending. It even says old timelines collapsing and higher self-embodiment. So part of what is being birthed, may it be a baby, may it be your spiritual self, may it be a new project, the underlying current has to do with higher self-embodiment. So even if you birth a child into creation, that child is going to help you on the journey of awakening. The same thing is like not a human child, but for example a project. So if you start with a new project, this new project is going to help you develop your like spiritual senses, but also it's going to help you invite in more spirit in your life. So it's basically something that, again, allows more life force energy to flow into your vessel because it is in alignment with your soul's purpose. Now I'm really strongly seeing this analogy of a dam breaking. So there is this feeling of a long time of being held back in some way, or a long time where the water was piling up, it was gathering and gathering and gathering and gathering, and down there where the water is supposed to go out, nothing was coming. But in order for the dam to break, you needed to gather all this force, all this life force energy, because what is necessary for this next chapter is not a little bit of water at the bottom, but it's literally this whole dam breaking and an explosion of your soul's essence, an explosion of everything that has been like gathering and piling up. Like it's a, yeah, I'm really seeing this like a something loading. So something needed to load, something needed to download. Also there is something about downloading almost a new system, like a new operating system. So obviously if we update our computer, for example, this downloading period, we need to go through this void of the downloading period. Like we need to download all the stuff that is necessary, and then we do a reboot, a restart, and then the new operating system is there. But again, in order for this new operating system to be fully online, it also comes through with, like it almost comes through with this blast, like a dam breaking and like a lot of energy. And the more you were held back, or let's say the more you were in the darkness of the womb, or the longer this period of darkness and of downloading was for you, with the more energy you will have to then birth into this new creation, whatever it is for you. And then with the vision of unity, how it relates back to chess. Basically chess, the 46 squares of the chess, they also relate to the 46 codons of the I Ching. And they are also connected with our DNA. And there is also a connection between, obviously, the light and the dark forces, the darkness and the light, the chaos and the order, the higher self and the lower self. And there is something about understanding that everything is part of your becoming, in a way. So this is really, again, coming back to a message of this darkness period, or maybe the challenges, or maybe, yes, a sense of like a strong duality. Again, this duality of, if we really want to move forward, if we really want to awaken spiritually, then we also have to be willing to face our shadows. Or again, if we want to have a new order, we first have to go through this chaos. But more than anything, it's actually about understanding that there is almost a hidden meaning to everything. So even the, let's say, unexplainable pain, or the challenges that you are like, how can this possibly be positive? Or how can this possibly be beneficial? Also, not necessarily in your life, but in life in general. For example, when we think about things like the Holocaust, like, how can we possibly believe that this is part of the plan of Source? How can we possibly believe that something so horrible is still coming from Source? So the mastery here is like, the way we fully reach this mastery and fully reach this understanding, or this higher self-embodiment, is understanding that even the deepest pains, even the darkest chapters of our life, even the most challenging things that happened here on earth, they are still part of Source Creator, and they are still part of love. But the thing with the chess is, are we caught up in that duality of light and dark, or good and bad? Or do we see the chess in its totality, as a whole? And this is this vision of unity that our higher self is asking us to embody. It's about understanding that it's all part of love, it's all part of the plan, and you're exactly where you need to be to become whatever you have chosen to become in this lifetime. And yes, sometimes the way to get there is pain. Sometimes the way to get there is going through this darkness of confusion. And sometimes it's also about facing the darkness that is going on in this realm. Not really knowing why certain things happened, but knowing that even the darkest things, they are still part of our becoming. And it is very important to honor all parts of the process. And this is how we can then truly be in love. Because if we say, I love myself, and I love, let's say, all the people who do charity work, but I hate all the people who do war, then there is still duality. Like, we have to even love the fear mongers and the people who spread misinformation. Like, we have to even love all the secret societies who do not so nice things to humans. Like, we have to love all parts. Because when we love all parts of this realm, then it means we also love every part of ourselves. Because how can we say, I love my spiritual self, or I love myself when I help others, but I don't love myself when I'm depressed? Like, it doesn't work. We have to love all parts of ourselves. So it means we even have to love ourselves while we go through pain. And especially when we go through pain and challenging experiences, we might tend to judge ourselves. Now this is how it completes itself. We might to judge ourselves more than it's necessary, or like it's unnecessary judgment, because again, we need to go through the pain and the challenges in order to then become the other side, in order to then be birthed into this new being, basically. So if we judge ourselves while we are going through the pregnancy or the darkness, we are not honoring that part of ourselves, and we talk down onto us, and it's not a nice energy to be in. So we want to be kind to ourselves, even if we feel that we are stagnant. We want to be kind with ourselves, even if we feel that we might not move forward, or even if we might not be where we want to be. In the knowingness and in the understanding and the awareness that we are exactly where we are meant to be in order to become the sun, in order to embody this Empress energy, in order for things to naturally come to us, because we cannot force a baby to be birthed from the womb. Like, then the baby is gonna have some problems, or if it comes out sooner than expected or sooner than it was meant to, like, we have to honor the timing of things and honor the process of what it means to get to the sun or to embody the sun. It is really about honoring all parts of ourselves. And now, last message coming through with the judge here and judging ourselves. I was called to share this analogy about, or in general, how we learn to love ourselves more, or in other words, how do we judge ourselves less? If you find yourself, if you think, like, if you are a person who judges yourself a lot, or if you see that you judge others a lot, it is actually about understanding. Okay, I need to make an example, otherwise it doesn't make sense. So, for example, let's say you have a lot of weight, like you are obese, like you have a very big body, and you judge yourself for that. Then it is basically about understanding that you are perfect as you are. Even if you judge yourself for not being perfect, or for being too big, or having too much weight. But you have to understand, or we have to understand, that the circumstances in our life are perfect as they are. Because even if we have maybe more weight than others, us having more weight is actually perfect for our life path. Because maybe what you have chosen to heal is connected to body image. Maybe something that you have chosen to heal is connected to loving yourself unconditionally. And so before you could love yourself unconditionally, you had to go through a phase of maybe not loving yourself and judging yourself. So even the phase of you judging yourself or not being happy about your body is still part of your becoming. And the becoming is you loving your body exactly as it is. And that's the power of it. That's the strength of it. So it is really about understanding that we are literally perfect as we are. No matter if we might not think we are perfect, or even if we perceive something is not as we want it to be, the circumstances are as such that are perfect for us healing, perfect for us reaching our goals and healing generational trauma also. So for example, if you are meant to have an impact on the collective and speak in front of many people, then you might need, on the way there, to let go of the fear of speaking up. So you having the fear of speaking up is a crucial part of then later on being able to present yourself confidently and in your full power. So we first need to understand what it means to be disempowered, to be fully standing in our power. We first need to, let's say, yes, go through the uncomfortable emotions or through like illnesses in order to understand what it means to be truly healthy. And this is this strong duality that this chess game and with the judgment it's also talking about. We cannot judge any part of the story, like we have to embrace all parts of the story, just as much as we have to embrace all parts of ourselves. And when we truly do, When we truly come into this oneness and this unity and this love, honoring all parts of ourselves, this is what it means to be the sun. Have this enlightenment, this awakening moment that everything is love and everything is worthy of love. Every single part of ourselves is worthy of love, no matter how it is. So it's really about learning to judge ourselves less and knowing that all these judgments, they're actually coming from illusions. The illusion that one thing is better than the other, or that the darkness is evil and the light is good. That's also an illusion, because this is the illusion of separation. That's one thing is separate from the other. But ultimately it is all one. So that's why we want to embrace all parts of ourselves. We want to love all parts of ourselves. Even the pain, even the challenges, even, let's say, the not so perfect things. But then understanding that in the end they are perfect. Because we are ever evolving perfection. Literally, we are ever evolving perfection. So we are perfect right now, and we are evolving towards even more perfection. It's a beautiful analogy. I absolutely love this. And the new beginning that is starting for you in your life, it is almost like opening the layers of the rose, like getting close to the core and understanding that all these layers that we actually take off from us, they bring us closer to the core. So that's why we have to purge and let go of all the things we are not, so that we get closer to the core. That's why we have to heal and let go and go through the challenge to then get to know ourselves better. And this process of shedding the old skins, this process of healing and letting go, this is actually how we gain wisdom and knowledge, and how we actually learn to look at the center, to look at ourselves, to look at the sun and at the star in a new way. And this is really talking about the going through the whole cycle of the zodiac, experiencing, that's why we have many incarnations. Because let's say in one incarnation we might be a king, then in the next incarnation we might be a homeless person on the street. In one lifetime we are the victim, in the other one we are the perpetrator. So we need to look at life through all the lenses in order to truly understand what the center is, who we really are. And that again entails all the darkness, all the light, all the challenges and all the blessings. They are all part of this whole orchestra of life. And again, if we embrace all the parts of life as it is and of ourselves as we are, then there is only love. And then we can allow this flow of love to literally bless us with a new beginning. Like it's a new beginning of love for all of humanity. And you are part of it. So thank you so much for doing the work and contributing to the healing of this realm, and doing it so in an ever so gentle way, remembering to always stay in flow and never force things to happen. Because when we are in flow with the flow, then we become the flow, and then everything just flows. And that's the message for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you resonated with the messages. And I'm also offering personal readings, so you can always reach out to me. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye, much love, and infinite blessings.